So you saw the thumbnail, and what it's about really is me grieving, airing out my grievances with the comic book industry and resellers. By the way, that's that guy. He's 14 years old, by the way. Um, the thing is, and like I said, it's gonna be an art channel primarily, probably, but mostly comics. And what I like about comics and what I don't like about comics, and what's going on with comics, and where am I going with comics, etc. First of all, the whole grading thing. For me, grading is almost a scam. Like, I understand rare books. And again, what is a rare book, right? What becomes a rare book? How do we quantify rare books? Because you could have a million print book right now, and then in 30 years, all those prints could just be gone because it was so readily available that nobody cared for them, and they become fair or far, and in between, a good copy, whatever. And then it becomes rare. Or a property gets picked up, whatever. But slabbing books, for the most part, just seems like a scam, number one. Number two, I put it in a thumbnail to illustrate a bigger point. Not so much the slabbing, but also the collectability of just certain things like variant covers, right? So I'll give an example. The Ultimates, I didn't know, and shout out to Comic Book Corner 2.0. I didn't know that the Ultimates year one, number one, had an alternate cover where the Ultimate Wolverine was making his first appearance on the cover ever. I didn't know that until he said, hey, did you get a copy? Did you were able to get a copy? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, because I wanted that book. I'm like, I want to get that book. I'm a Wolverine fan. I want to get that book. If at all, if I just get if it sucks, it sucks. I saw a little bit of the interior artwork, or whatever. It might be a great story, so hell, who knows? And when I went immediately, to see if I could just get it shipped, I didn't want to go anywhere. I'm going on eBay, and it's already $15, $20. Luckily, Midtown Comics New York, my old stomping ground, had it, and I could just get it that way at cover price. I didn't have to go crazy out. They limited me to one, whatever. It's fine. At least I got it. Local comic book stores are pulling them day one off the rack, put them away to the side, and charging $10, $20. Also, I went to see about the negative cover of the second print of Absolute Superman. I'm not a fan of Absolute Superman. I don't really like the book, but I like the cover. I thought it was a cool cover, so I said, let me get that. Went there day one, wasn't on the racks. And I'm like, okay, hey guys, did you get that in? I thought it was supposed to be out today. Lo and behold, they kind of run around for a little while. They had it in the back, tucked under, In the event that the book blew up, they had it off the shelves, and they charge a premium. Why are sneakers like that? Why do I say that? Well, I'm a sneakerhead to a point. Sneakers, just like comics now, are becoming, comics now becoming the sneakers, where I used to be able to go get a pair of Dunks at any local store real quick, and pay retail, whatever there was at the times, and I can get them. Now Scalpers have gone and done away with all of that. So I can't get that. They buy whatever sizes, they don't care, then put it back on, StockX or whatever, eBay, and they charge 3, 4, 5 times the price depending on, whatever. And it's ruining the game because they don't want to wear it. I want to wear it like I want to read a comic book. I want to wear the shoe. People, they get somehow this FOMO, and they need to have it because they're collecting, and they put it up, they don't care what the size it is, and they just, I have it, but nobody else can wear it. Well, what has that done for the sneaker industry? Well, they have, counterfeits that are pretty damn good, by the way. Have counterfeits for people who want to wear the damn thing and not have to pay a premium. Also, what does it do for the comic books? Well, you have sites to scan these comic books, and now you don't have to rush to the store to read it. I mean, you wanted to buy it because you wanted to collect it and have fun with it. Like, I have it, I take it out, I read it once in a while, whatever. Maybe I resell it later for maybe 10, 15 bucks if it does gone up that far, or whatever. Trade it. Can't do that. But now you scan it, that takes the pressure off having to even get it day one. And that's killing both industries in a way. Now, the sneaker industry is kind of thriving in a sense, but the comic book industry is dying. And resellers are killing it, in my opinion, because people that want the comics can't get the comics. Now, this whole variant storm thing, or these artists that are dope, are only limited themselves to comic book covers. They're not doing interiors, right? And shout out to everybody who's doing comic books, because I've said this 105 times, if I can. You're doing something I'm not doing, which is drawing comic books for a living. While I say this not to slight any artists, because even the ones that I don't like are 100 times better than I am, art is bland. I come from an era where every artist had like a distinct style, a very distinct style, a very recognizable style. And you couldn't wait to see what that artist did with whatever property they got next. It seems like today all the artists are just blending in. So all you have is covers. So now the covers are worth more than the interior, and who cares about the story? I hope Thundercats or Dynamite picks up the story pace. I'm collecting that, and I've not gone through the whole thing, but it seems like if you look at all the cover variants for Thundercats, it's like great covers, and you wish the interior matched that. Like the interiors don't match that. Again, shout out to the artist. You're doing what I'm not doing. You've accomplished something I haven't that I wanted to, but in the end, it is what it is. I think that we need to get back to, remember when second prints, for old enough, second prints were like a gold cover, third print was like a platinum cover, and that's how you could tell the difference. Our second, third, fourth print, 11th, 15th print have 16 different covers. Who knows which one of those, makes it to be worth anything, right? So people are just spending this money that they might not even be able to afford to spend, but because they're addicted to the collecting, and the companies know that, and the only way to survive is to really just do these variant covers. When all in all, if they would just contract these artists to just kind of like do interiors, I believe things will be a lot better. I think Jim Lee coming back to Batman is going to be huge. Rob Liefeld doing his own thing now, independently, and also going back to Youngblood, a different property altogether. That's going to be awesome. I think that's going to help at least that portion of it. I think indie comics is where it's at. I mean, yeah, they're not moving millions of copies, but they're healthy. I think indie comics, especially like on the crowdfunding sector, they're doing great. I mean, you don't have to sell 1 million copies to make a lot of money. A lot of money is relative, but they're there, and people are doing what they want, and they don't have to go to the big publishers. And I think that, I mean, look at Image. They just have a bunch of different titles all the time, and rarely not that many variants at all to go with their books. And I think that's the way to go. And I think obviously that's the way I have to go if I ever do anything. But yeah, it's collecting in general is killing the hobbies, both in sneakers and in comic books, because of the scalpers and the resellers. And the companies know this, and they put out all these variants, all these colorways, and it kills the wearability, the readability, the collectability of all items. And I just wish that it didn't. I mean, look, this was my first and only slab ever, and it's still here. I bought this maybe now a couple years ago, and on the thumbnail you saw it unbagged, but here you see it's still bagged. Why? I don't care for slabbing. I don't care for all of that stuff. And it's just crazy that we're putting so much value over something we can't even touch. I can't touch that. We're putting a lot of value into that. Preservation is critical, but I also don't think that it should be every last damn comic should be slabbed. I don't. Would I slap my own comic? Yes, I will. Only because it's mine, and I want to preserve it for me and my kids. Even if it's worth crap, at least one copy will make it, and they can say, hey, look what your great grandfather did. Yeah, you can't touch it, but here it is. That'll be awesome. But man, I wish we could turn back time a little bit and have these comic books and these sneakers available to us like it used to be, and people can enjoy them, put them away, and preserve them if we wanted to. But the general public who really, really, really admires these things and wants to wear them and read them could do so. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Am I crazy? Am I an old man standing on my front porch and screaming and yelling? Or do you think I have a point? Do you feel the same way? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll half art the next one. And I'm out. Peace.